Oh, okay, great. All right. I didn't even know we was recording. But I was just cropping. All right, so quick question: do you think I won this trade? If you said no off the rip, you're very fucking funny. But yes, I did not win this trade. All right, so if I didn't win this trade, then what was the problem? All right, so if your answer was because you bought in on the first higher low opposed to the second one to give you confirmation, then the answer was correct. So this is a mistake that I've been catching myself making, where I'm buying at the first higher low that price is giving me and not understanding that this is just the first level of it saying, hey, I'm getting ready to change my trend. So if I'm on a downtrend, right? All right, cool. This first higher low that gets established, this is still letting me know that, hey, we're changing directions, yes, but you don't know where I'm going, because that higher low that you can instantly say, oh yeah, it's buys, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and get in, might fuck around and be just a lower high. Next thing you know, it crashes through, and that's exactly what happened. I took all the correct precautions except the number one important thing, right? I had my TPs marked up of where I wanted to get out. Everything made sense, etc., so forth. But the biggest thing and the most important thing is the entry. The entry is really the defining moment of your trade. So this is something that I'm going to heed to you, and this is something that I'm heeding to myself consistently. I'm going to go over a loss that I took this weekend as well on a video. I actually might go over this after we take care of gold. But I'm going to go over a loss that I took this weekend just because of me being negligent and not responsible to that principle. I don't care how good you think the trade is. Remember, on one of the videos, we saw a whole entire correction just slash all the way through, right? And yeah, in the moment, you're like, man, fuck, I just missed a whole bunch of money. But again, you don't know whether or not that's going to happen. You can't predict price. The best thing that you can do is react to it. So this is a lower high. Simple as that. High, low, lower high. But me understanding from a daily time frame bias, a 4-hour time frame bias, and even in a 1-hour time frame bias, I automatically had buys. But where I fuck up at, again, this is just a lower high until it comes here and then shoots up again and then does it again. Then I know, okay, this is a higher low because that's my other higher high. And here's my other higher low. Let me get in right there. So then you know that you're safe. You know that you're safe. So then if the trade loses, then cool. That's a reverse of trend. And that's stuff that we can handle. But there's nothing worse than having a premature entry and then you end up losing the trade, even though you had everything else to support it, right? So let's go to the next thing. What's it called? Am I able to just no? Cool. All right. So let's go to the trade I did win, right? So I'm recording this video not just to kind of be redundant. I actually want to point out something to you. So yeah, I lost that trade right there, right? That's where it basically crashed through, right? This is where I took my lost trade. So I said, okay, cool. Let's actually learn from our mistakes again, and let's see what happens. So this is what I noticed about gold. Gold has some insane swings. Like we're talking, price will do this, and then within 2 candles will literally shoot through anything that a nigga ever had. This shit's crazy. So with that being the case, I bring it up to you because this was a 1 to 3, right? I don't okay, by the way, I just want to say this. Look, this shit been low-key irritating the fuck out of me from anybody that trades. You niggas clearly see it's 3.1. 3.1. So trading view, either you need to change what you doing and go 1 to 3, or you niggas need to start. You see what I'm saying? Read left to right. You get what I'm saying? But anyway, but I understand the logic of it because you're risking $1 to win every 3. So I understand, but it's more of a trading view thing than it is traders. Okay, so that's just real. That's the shit that grinds my gears. Anyway, All right. So anyway, we got this thing. We have a 1-3. I won. I got a 1-3 out of it. Whoop de doo. I'm proud of it. Right. We're gonna have plenty more. Um, but here's what I noticed. So we got gold basically in this range, and then it consolidated for a little bit, or it coiled, right? And then boom, it shot out with a brand new indication, and it gave us a correction. And now we got in at the higher low for therefore a continuation. But here's what I noticed. So let me just go back real quick. All right. So we're gonna go to the point of where I got in trade, which was about right here. Because this is the 4-hour, so I want y'all to see it on the 1-hour. All right. I'm just gonna cycle through this so you can understand what happened. So I'm playing this out, right? Cool, I get in right here. This is where I got in, right? This is literally exactly where I got in. I got in right here because I'm like, all right, cool, we got a higher low established. All right, now, here's why I said this: the swings on gold are actually insane. You got to learn how to be able to have some stoic nature about yourself, because this is why I'm really big on. Genuinely, I'm really big on having your set TP and your set stop loss, because you don't want to block the greatest good of your trade just because of the fear of losing it. That's a psychological thing. And actually, hold on, let me make sure I write that down. Let me write that down, because oh nigga, that's a bar right there. Blocking the greatest good from the fear of losing it. Cool. So I got it written down. That'll be an amazing psychology video. And I don't do psychology videos, but hey, if I'm dropping some, I'm gonna drop some. All right. So here's the one thing that I will say. Trading is going to literally emphasize that. It's gonna press on that. Why? Because everybody wants to make money in trading, but again, I always talk about it in the first psychology video. Are you using trading as an art, or are you using trading as a savior? If trading is supposed to save you, then you're going to be afraid of anything that it comes. Like say, like that saving comes, you get that $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, or $400, or hell, even $40, right? Whatever it may be, to give you that confidence as a trader. If that's supposed to save you, rather than you looking at this and just be like, this is the art, this is the nature of who I am, this is what I do. Anytime you get a swing that goes against you, it's going to hit not only physiologically your amygdala, which is basically your fight or flight response, or where that's programmed within your brain. You're going to be like, oh, fuck, I'm about to lose my money. Let me get out of trade, right? This is where they have those precautions of like, yeah, take partials, right? Have TP1, TP2, right? Or you just go the full way. Not turning a winner into a loser, right? Just check this out. Let's just play this through. So, boom, TP1 get hit. We good, right? Now, I had a 3-1, a 1-3. This was not originally how I reacted. How I reacted was, okay, shit, we good. We good. We finna hit this out quickly. Perfect. Now watch this. By here, I was in drawdown. My trade is losing. This was the resistance. Now check this out. If I close here, I got a 1-2. I wanted a 1-3. Why do I want a 1-3 just real quick? Because this candle got a big ass gap. This is a big ass gap, right? Price filled it. It filled it. But I knew, guess what? We still got another gap to fill within price itself. And we have another higher high to accomplish. Why? Because when price was in this area, it bounced from this zone and then shot up and did that. So it can do it again since it just came here. It can do it again. It can. Not to mention higher time frame bias. What am I seeing on the daily? Just real quick, let's zoom out. What's that, class? That's an uptrend. So I'm still in line with the trend. I'm still in line with it. And this is just a correction. And for every correction, we have a new higher high that's placed. So we still got room to go on this trade. All the evidence is there. That's the greatest good right here. That's the greatest good. Right? That's what we want. But we see that. I see that. And I'm like, oh, hell no, I got to close this shit. So I want to confess that it's like, hey, I got scared too. You're going to get scared too. The point is, don't. You got to stand on your 10 and have trust and faith in the process of what it is that you're doing. Even when shit gets scary, or even when you are seeing stuff and you like, yo, this is going against me. Here's why you do that. Because the shit always works out. Boom. New higher high established. Way bigger than that. TP smashed. I could have held out too if I really wanted to. Say if I did. That's a 1 to 6. So that's the point of this video. Not to go over another backtesting video, because you can clearly see, like, we can go over that shit for that. Look, yeah, I got support marked up, the support that turns to resistance. I got my lines drawn here, which is basically another way of saying, hey, here's the support and resistance zone. I got TP1, TP2 drawn up. Right here was like, hey, if we have a tremendous break in structure, that lets me know that we're getting ready to have a sell, right? Because this right here is the basically the last higher low before that one got established, right? So say if price broke this, then I know, okay, cool, we might be in a little bit of trouble. If price breaks this, oh, we for sure are in trouble, because that's on a higher time frame as far as the daily is concerned, saying, yeah, nigga, yeah, we're in trouble for sure. So it breaks that, it can test this for sure. It breaks this, we're in a whole new trend. Simple as that. So, but I just wanna emphasize that gold has some swings, but I don't believe that this is any different than any other forex pair. I'm just being real. This is a forex pair. Simple as that. Yeah, it's a metal, but at the end of the day, it's still a forex pair. It's trading against the dollar, just like CAD is. Right? Or how dollar will trade against the Canadian dollar, or how you'll have the US dollar trading against the yen, right? Which is USD JPY, UJ, or GJ, which is GBP JPY, right? The pound against the yen. So I don't believe that it's any different. But what is different is your mind towards it. If you are automatically wondering whether or not if you're going to stay in this trade just because shit's looking spooky, even though all your evidence confirms that, hey, you got something good, then all that is you being afraid of the greatest good by understanding that, hey, you have the fear of losing it. And I think that's a bigger thing. So I'm definitely gonna talk about that. We're gonna open up that psychology doc, and we're gonna get to that, because I feel like that's a bar right there.